It's just like it's almost imploding.
Yeah, it's done.
Slapping things in water just to make it sound liquidy.
Gears of War, Gears, and then it's gonna be just
G6. G6. Hey guys, welcome back to another Composers React, and I'm here with Koen Deetman.
Hey.
Here you go. On this channel, we are reacting on our favorite game trailers, movie trailers, and we talk a little bit about music. And this time I'm doing it with my brother. And we started a game company and a music company, 9 years ago now.
Yeah.
Still going strong. And then we thought it was a good idea to show a little bit of the interest that we have, stuff that we have been played, nostalgia. And therefore, funny enough, because we make very nice games, very nice epic music, but we do have a thing for gore.
I love it.
Yeah. I don't know, there's a sadistical side in us that we do like gore and horror and smashing things to dust, squeezing melons and paprikas together, and then that skull sound that you can get out of it.
Yeah.
Do you know where this comes from?
No, I think it's a weird coping mechanism.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe it's a coping mechanism. Therefore, with the bridge to Gears of War, this is of course a pretty extreme game.
Yeah, I remember the whole early start of this. I remember there's 2 games I waited on. I almost counted the days on a paper. That was Assassin's Creed and also Gears of War 1, the first one.
Do you know at first, because I know you introduced it to me, is what captured the interest in Gears of War in the first place? Was it the trailer?
It was first gameplay videos, stuff that was presented throughout back then. I think it was very early on. It was the Xbox 360 time, of course. It was just presented, and I was like, wow, this really shows like a third-person shooter type of game, and you feel like these buff guys that originated from the Unreal Tournament period. So I was like, hey, cool, I'm curious. And I wasn't aware of what weird emotional like corner they took in some of the trailers, because that makes it so beautiful, I think.
They took definitely a complete contradiction to what the game actually is on this trailer. Shall we just dive into it and then see a little bit more about why we loved it so much?
Yeah.
All right. Gears of War, Mad World.
18 plus.
It's definitely
really
18 plus. It's a legendary trailer, if you ask me.
Oh yeah. Maybe even one of the first games that tried this combination.
Yeah. No sound, just the contradiction of the complete chaos and these buff.
Yeah. Okay. It's so sad.
It's sad, and you saw him in half.
Yeah.
With this music and get the guns.
He's talking about dreams and the best he ever had. Absolutely nothing like this.
No.
Ram. That's how he's called.
But it's beautiful. There's no sound. There's just.
Yeah, I see. This is even the more improved version of this game.
Gears of War, the Ultimate Edition,
2015. So, but this was very early.
This was way. This is, I think, already a remaster for Gears. But back at the time, this was the same trailer. Of course, they showed at the time, just a more HD version than back then.
Yeah.
But this combination was great. No sound effects, extremely gore game. Having the extreme contradiction by showing a very sad, intimate song, by seeing the most raw, slice through the neck gore that you can think of.
Yes, I already bought in, I think, at the beginning, because I was following Epic at the time already. I don't know, Cliff Bleszinski, of course, the one who started this all with them. And I think the trailer went on, and I was like, whoa. So they even connect this with raw emotion. I was like, that is sick.
I think we are sadistic and we are drama queens, and therefore we like this combination.
Kinda.
The drama and the sadisticness of maybe having a, how was that gun called again? The Scourge gun?
The scorch. You mean
Or
the
the
chainsaw?
no, I think it's the torque bow that
the
makes a pretty good sound when you attach it to somebody's head.
the torque bow is like it's a very hard sound when it hits the skull. Yeah,
But that sound is, if that explodes on your head,
yeah.
that's a very particular sound.
Yeah, but there is, if you with the turbo aim for the head and you hit the head, it automatically is a headshot. It doesn't even explode anymore.
It's just
like,
it's almost imploding.
yeah, it's done.
And of course, I know, but we were pretty young at the time that the saw mechanic. So you have this machine gun in your hands, but you also have a saw. So when they come up close and you need to use like melee attacks, you could saw them in half.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so cool.
It was very cool. I always thought about if you would grab the Lancer, because that's what the gun's called, like you shouldn't grab like a little lower. I mean, it is very close. Oh, and you saw off your own hands, you know, like sometimes I was thought about like, wow, it's actually a danger to yourself as well.
Yeah.
But
okay. So you were thinking of the fact of like the all the characters in the game. What if they might
be careful what you're carrying a really dangerous weapon.
But those were fun. I think we were spending our nights playing this game. Of course, the story mode in co-op. The first one, was it already co-op?
The first?
It was the first Gears of War. So was that already co-op or was that the second and the third?
No, you could play the first one together. Like there were separate paths in the single player that you could take.
I remember sometimes you had these paths that you needed to go alone, you know? So there was kind of like a path that you needed to distance each other because you need to solve or you need to protect or defend one part of it. And that was a little scary because normally you can always kind of rely on each other's back, help each other up if you're down.
Yeah.
But at that point, you were on your own.
Yeah. And I followed the development as well so closely that I remember that Cliff Blasinski, as well as probably what we do, walked up to the sound designer. And I remember that he told about the Gatling gun. Like there's like the mulcher. And the mulcher sound... he listened to the sound. It was like, and he was like, no. It needs to be dirtier. It needs dirtier sound. So now it's like, it's a lot louder. And it's actually, if you hear that mulcher go, it sounds ridiculously dirty.
There's like flesh coming out of it, spattering out of that thing.
It's crazy. It's usually it's such a loud sound that I once thought like my TV needs to be less louder, but it was just the sound effect that made this impression.
And I like the boomers.
Boomer.
Those guys, if you hear boo, then the guy boo.
Yeah.
Now there was some dangerous stuff coming in then.
Boom.
Boom. Yeah. And how are do you know the small ones? In the beginning of the hordes, do you know the small ones? Wretches.
Yeah.
I know that we love the shotgun. So when you move the gun into the shotgun...
A wretch should always be killed like without an eyesight. So you just blind fire, always. Every wretch dies with a blind fire.
So you are in third person, not kind of aiming over your gun.
You just blind and it explodes in front of you. It's amazing. Yeah.
But can you imagine kind of the fun that people have when they're in the studio recording all these sounds? They're breaking every fruit part that they can, slapping things in water just to make it sound liquidy.
The whole Foley around this is amazing. Yeah, I have to say, you can't have more fun in, I think, designing the headshot sound in Gears of War. That should have been the best time of your life.
Yeah, I think that's fun. And I think that's what you should do if you make a game like this, that you should have fun with that.
And match Cliff Blasinski's dirty mulcher sound. I think that's very important that we match that sound.
But we do use it occasionally when we say, hey, can we make it sound a little bit like this? Or we reference this as like, can we sound... of course, we are not making a gore game like that. Or the sound design that we do, dependingly, of course,
maybe
on
we
the
should,
campaigns.
We should try it once.
Yeah, I know there's one on our wish list. That's extreme gore that we would love to do a campaign for, is Scorn.
Oof.
That's a pretty gore game as well.
Or the Callisto Protocol.
Oh, yes. We reacted with René on that, and we surprised him a little bit with what the Callisto Protocol actually is.
Yeah.
He didn't expect it.
Yeah, it's not for the weak.
Hey, Gears of War, is there a new one coming?
Well, if I have to believe all the... Well, and I'm playing right now, actually right now, I'm playing Gears 5. And Gears 5 has like a DLC, it's called Hivebusters. And I, with my dumb head, I thought this, after Act 1, it was done. But it was just like 6 chapters done. But apparently there was another act and another act. So to me, it's like a new Gears of War now. Beautifully made. But I think when we have to be, like, the coalition who creates this game did like an Unreal 5 type of tech demo. So
they're gonna do it.
Gear 6,
you can't leave it.
UE5 probably.
And that will really kind of connect the skill. If we eventually would do a campaign or work together with the coalition, I think that will be super cool.
Ooh,
so that we can actually contribute to this whole mad world.
Mad world, that's what it is.
All right, that was Gears of War. It's a long time since I played it. I'm definitely going to pick it up. If there's a new one coming, I'm extremely curious what this whole new wave, kind of new game, Unreal 5 engine version of Gears 6, I think. Or maybe they're going to call it a little bit different. It's going to be. If you have any suggestions on games and what is kind of your favorite gore game, I would like to know in the comments. You want to say something?
No, they made it shorter. It was Gears of War, Gears, and then it's going to be just G6.
G6. Probably that's what it's going to be. And then again, thank you guys for joining in. If you want to support the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell button. For now, I want to thank you for watching and see you next time. Hey there, I appreciate you watching the video. If you like this one, check out this video or that video. And if you want to support the channel, make sure to click on top of my head on the logo and subscribe to the channel.